I have a note on my door that says check your feet, because
Right.
I just can't tell the difference.
Yeah. I mean, that's the.
I mean, I can live with that, but I mean, that's not a big deal, but.
It's the burning from the neuropathy.
Well, it's the rocking that I don't feel safe.
Right. So I would say it's good that you're using the walker, because it's like you're walking on 2 blocks of wood.
Yeah.
And you're not sure when they're on the ground and when they're not.
Oh, no, the bottom is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there isn't anything that I can tell you that will reverse that. At this point, it really is a question of just being very intentional about walking and very careful.
I do. I really become slower, and I was already slow, but because of asthma, I just, as a kid, I just knew I had to walk slow, and I just have. But I intentionally walk slow now, and I just watch that so much. I mean, like somebody says, you drove over here, like when I've driven over to Byerly's, from where we live.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yes, I have. There's so many potholes and pebbles in the walking if I come out the back door. I said, I'm not going to take chances.
Well, how do you drive if you can't feel the pedals?
I haven't had any problem, just like I'm starting to lose my hands. That's the one that scares me the most. But so far, I can drive, and I know I just can go back and forth on the pedal.
Yeah, see, now that scares me.
Really? I never even thought of that as being a problem. I only have another year, so you don't have to be scared very long.
Until what? Another year until?
Well, my lease is up on my car.
Oh, so you're going to give the car up at that point?
It was a 3-year lease. Well, somebody did it for me, bought it for me, and I said I only wanted a 3-year lease, and don't let me change, because I think when I'm 83 years old, 82, I'll be 82, I'm going to be 80. I just turned 80.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll just turn 81. I don't want to drive anymore, even if I think I can, because I see it around here, that you just lose too much.
Mm-hmm. Well, as the other person on the road, I say thank you.
Yeah.
And given that you cannot feel your pedals, that's a huge concern. And
well, I feel them up my legs.
What do you mean you feel them?
Like, it's the bottom, like when I do that, I feel it on the top of my feet and in my legs. I just don't feel it on the bottom. But when I go like this, in my ankles and stuff, I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing it.
Okay.
So that part, it's the bottom that is weird.
Normally I get a little tougher with people who tell me that they can't feel, because I'll usually be a little bit meaner with them.
But I've had so much trouble with the bottom of my feet for so long that I think I just worked into it, because I don't even think about it.
Okay.
But I definitely know I've never had any problem. The only problem I had, and it was right after I got this lease, which still makes me so sad, is I had an accident going into a turning thing. This car is so low to the ground.
Oh, would you mind just moving again? Sorry.
My hand's in front of my foot. I was so close to, the ground that I caught up on top of the turning place, and I did it all along the side and had to get that fixed. And the first accident I've ever had in my life.
Oh,
And I just, I thought, oh, poor John, he's gonna think I'm just terrible. He's gonna think he made such a big mistake to do this. And for the first year, I was scared to drive
mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to do anything for him. And you just die if you know how many miles I have on my car, 2 years. But I hadn't been really able to drive this last 4 months. And I just had an oil change and got all that. But I just turned to 2,600 miles.
in two,
Not
in 2 years.
1,000.
All right, then I'm not going to be quite as mean.
I'm not going to say my hundreds. I mean, 1,000. I mean, that's all I've done in 2 years. But this last 4.5 months, I've hardly driven anything because of this
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, yeah, I was so glad it turned to 26. When I was sitting waiting to go into the garage,
Mm-hmm.
it turned to 26. That was only $25.99 as I was coming around the corner, and I thought, oh no.
Well, someone's going to be very excited to buy that car off the
Oh
lease.
boy, you're not kidding. I've kept it in such good shape. Oh. One thing I had to get, which I was so surprised about,
Mm-hmm.
was I had to get a battery for the doors.
You mean for the locks?
Yeah,
Well, it may just be because you're not running enough.
I think that must be it, because all of a sudden this thing came up on the thing, and then I started getting 6 beeps when I closed them. And I haven't had any problem. It's been 2 months since I started getting that. Then I found out what it was, and I thought, well, I can't do a lot about it because I have to. Could you do that middle one a little more?
Yeah, I'm gonna thin them all out.
Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't finished yet.
I can just see the funny look. And I thought, but anyway, yeah, I just turned to 2,600 miles.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Does that one look okay now?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know how up from here I could see that one edge?
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, let me just wipe everything down, then we'll get these calluses on the bottom.
That big toe is certainly has a funny looking one. This one.
That one? The nail, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, over on the side here, look at how my hands were so sweaty when I put these on that I couldn't even pull them down. But right here, that's skin, so the nail kind of goes right around there. So, okay, why don't you come around? I am sweating like I just ran a half marathon. It's so hot and humid. It's the middle of summer.
Oh, I know.
And I walked in this morning and the building was hotter than outside. And the landlord was standing there and said that the AC people were up on the roof working on it.
Oh, because it's beautiful outside.
It's nicer outside than inside.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that when I come in because it's not humid today, really, outside at all.
Yeah, thank goodness this wasn't last week when it was 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
Well, it's supposed to be the same this Saturday.
Yeah, well, I won't be here.
Oh.
Whether they get the AC fixed or not, I'm not going to be here Saturday.
You're not going to be in Minnesota?
No, I'm not going to be in my office Saturday.
Well, Minnesota's still good.
It's going to be really gross,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't feel it near as much because I stay in at my apartment, you know, because we're not supposed to go running around, you know, because of the older people.
Right.
Those
people.
It's a little beady.
It's wet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was dripping onto my patient earlier. No, not really. Oh, I'm going to tip you up here a little bit more.
Well, I understand. I mean, sometimes the humidity is almost more than you can stand.
Well, it's just so thick.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to just walk from here to the car on Saturday, I would have probably been.
Can you see that one?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to make sure that we have these areas padded under your insert. I'm pretty sure we do, because these calluses aren't bad at
Oh
all.
boy, they sure seem like it.
Yeah. And then
But I know what you mean.
Yeah. And then we'll just...
You know what I was thinking too, you know, in my old shoes, not the ones that I just got, but in the old ones that I wear all the time, I'm gonna put that layer inside it that I took out
Okay.
a long time ago when I first got them. I mean, both of them, when I get them, it's too much because I can't,
Yeah.
almost can't hook them when that's got too much padding in it. But now, this pair has, you know, spread so much that
Yeah.
I think that it might be a good idea to try it. I mean, just try
Yeah,
it.
give it a try. All right, I'm gonna just put these pads around these calluses here
Oh,
to take
okay.
some of the pressure off.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Because
make sure that we have these on your inserts as well.
that's really where the problem, I mean, where it's really painful is,
Right.
or where like I say, I feel like I roll back and forth.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I talk with my hands.
It's all good.
Okay, now I'm gonna just grab your socks and we'll help you on with your socks and then I'll let you do your shoes. This is the insert. Oh, there's nothing to that.
That's what I said. The other insert, it brought it up too much.
Okay.
And I couldn't, like, the instep, I thought, oh yeah, that one's really gotten,
Yeah, there's nothing to this one. It's not giving you any cushion or anything.
okay, well, that might be the problem.
Right, so this is your left one, and right there, I can feel there's like a depression right there.
Uh-huh.
And so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put this on the bottom.
Oh, and then they'll last.
Right, so then you don't have to worry about curling it up every time you
Shower and
put your,
everything.
yeah, and,
Okay,
all right, but,
and it's the right foot that's the worst,
okay,
as far as that bottom.
Well, let's take a look at that one too, and we'll get the pad on there as well. So you're gonna have double the pad right now.
Okay, all right, well then I'm not gonna put that other one in, that blue one.
Which isn't gonna hurt anything, but, all right, so this one too, I can just feel.
Yeah, see, that's the one it goes all the way up. Actually, see, I'm not all the way, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good length.
Right.
So if it has that on, that might be really, really helpful.
Well, it'll give you a little bit of relief, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just the falling, because you have that funny feeling, so that could help that.
Maybe. No, this is mostly to help the callus. So,
Yeah, I just hope it helps me feel,
a little more stable.
yeah. Because did you feel that how, I don't know why, but the Velcro didn't last on this shoe here.
Okay. Yes, this is what the doctor looks like when it's 90 degrees outside and there's no AC on, and I'm sweating and dripping like a pig.